What is a female narcissist? To put it simply, a female narcissist is a self-centered woman who uses indirect aggression to manipulate others for her own benefit and/or cause psychological harm. She sees herself as a superior being and expects special treatment. But at the same time she has an extremely fragile ego that needs constant bolstering. Here are 7 traits that will help you spot a female narcissist. 1. She is toxic to be around. As a rule, narcissists are not a happy bunch. Their wounded ego constantly needs bolstering, so they are rarely satisfied. Their negative attitudes about other people and life in general make them insufferable to be around. As they say, misery loves company. When you're dealing with a female narcissist, she may present fake happy front and even refer to herself as a positive person who other people bring down with their negativity. In reality, she is the one who sucks others onto the whirlpool of her toxicity. If you're sensitive to other people's energies, you will soon feel drained, exhausted, and irritated. Your good mood will turn into a bad mood, all because you are around her. You may not even be able to put your finger on it. Something will just feel off and you will have a strong urge to leave or end the conversation with her. 2. She expects you to be a mind reader. A narcissistic female expects you to know or guess what she needs without her actually telling or asking you. She feels that asking for something is beneath her. So how do you get something without asking for it? You manipulate people into thinking that it's their job and responsibility to be attuned to her needs at all times and meet them without fail. Just like she can't communicate her needs, she can't communicate her emotions. Instead of telling people how she feels, she makes them feel what she feels. If she is upset, she will make everyone around her upset and scrambling to make her feel better. This is called emotional contagion, and her family members are the first targets. Although she doesn't show any empathy, she expects the closest people to her to be hypersensitive and empathetic to her slightest variations in mood. If they fail to do so, shame and guilt tripping will follow. That is why children of narcissistic parents often develop hyper-awareness when it comes to reading other people and anticipating their needs. They were taught that their needs and desires didn't matter, so as adults, these children find it hard to set boundaries or prioritize themselves in a relationship. They may also develop narcissistic features themselves due to the contagious nature of narcissism. 3. She assumes the worst of you. She is the kind of person who always has something critical to say about anyone she meets. But she will do so behind their backs, trying to not expose herself as a gossip. As critical as she is of other people, it is nothing compared to how critical she is when it comes to the people who are close to her. For instance, a narcissistic mother is most critical of her children. The really pathological ones will even compete with their children, especially their daughters. A narcissistic mother would methodically target the child's self-esteem and sense of self so that they never become confident, independently minded adults who can challenge her. This is systematic psychological destruction, and it happens far too often. 4. She will never admit her wrongdoing. One of the most telling narcissistic traits is the inability or unwillingness to admit a mistake or some wrongdoing. That's why a close relationship with a narcissist is always punctuated by frustration and suffering. A female narcissist, like any true narcissist, will also deny that anything is her fault. But instead of going on the offensive, she will play the victim and attempt to manipulate you into feeling guilty. Whatever she says, you will never hear her admitting that it was wrong or apologizing. 5. She is a pathological liar. To a narcissist, the truth doesn't mean what it means to other people. It's not about being genuine or having an accurate concept of reality. Rather, it's relative construct meant to reinforce the narcissist's ego. A female narcissist will operate on a mixture of truths and outright lies fused together to fit her agenda. She will do it skillfully and convincingly that you will be doubting yourself before you start doubting her. And if you actually catch her in a lie, be prepared for an avalanche of gaslighting meant to completely disorient you and make you question your sanity. She will even accuse you of being a liar, a tactic called projection. All of this is done to evade accountability and maintain control. The scary thing is she seems to believe her own lies even in the face of facts that clearly contradict them. She even pulls other people into her web, and those people have no idea they've been duped by a narcissist. 6. She is preoccupied with projecting a false image. Which image a female narcissist chooses to project depends on her cultural values and desires. If she is from a culture that values traditional female gender roles, she may want to project an image of a perfect wife and mother. She will care for her family but not out of concern for their needs, rather, her care is the byproduct of her need to be perceived in a positive light by others. Social media is a perfect tool for that. If you take deep dive into your Instagram, you will find a few mommy accounts where an attractive scantily clad female is a prime focus, with her children and husband as the props for mommy's ego. Another role a female narcissist is likely to tail on is the philanthropist. She might volunteer or take on a noble cause, performing multiple and very public charitable acts. It's called communal narcissist. This do-gooder gets ego boosts not from bragging about achievements or obsessing about her looks. She gets off on letting people know how giving and caring she is. 7. She is emotionally shallow. A narcissistic woman lacks emotional depth and warmth. She is skilled at imitating emotions, but real emotions are not in her wheelhouse. Of course, it doesn't mean she can't feel anything. If your narcissistic mother or wife cries at a funeral, it doesn't mean she's suddenly cured. There is a certain range of basic emotions narcissists are still capable of, but in private. In intimate relationships, they are usually cold, distanced, and superficial. For instance, if you are married to a narcissistic woman, you may feel like you can't talk to her openly or be yourself. There is something restricting about her. A normal process of mirroring each other's emotions that couple engage in is distorted in narcissistic relationships. You can mirror her, but she can't mirror you. So you feel that your relationship is one-sided, shallow, and emotionally unfulfilling. The same can be said if you have a narcissistic mother or another female relative. You want to be close to her, but you can't because she isn't interested in nurturing emotional bonds, she's only interested in appearances. As long as you maintain a perfect image of your relationship, she's happy. But if you dare to tarnish that image, then you will see the true face if narcissist vindictive, cruel, and unforgiving. Thanks for watching. Tell us what you think about the subject in the comment section. If you find value in this video, please make sure to like and subscribe to help us make more videos. Thank you.